welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a new video, and today we will be discussing some of my favorite matte foundations to wear when it's during the summer. But before we get started, if it is your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button, and if you are a returning subscriber, don't forget to hit the like button. Anyway, y'all, let's just get right into today's video. If you have oily skin like myself, you know that you need a matte foundation anytime the weather is hot and humid. Foundations that I will be mentioning today are ones that are tried, true, and tested. Even the ones that were like new release this year, I've been wearing them a lot the last 2-3 weeks when the weather has been extremely hot here where I'm at. So I know for a fact that these foundations hold up if you have oily skin. Foundation I want to mention is the Natasha Denona Transformatte. Excuse the way it looks because I've been using the heck out of this, and this has been on sale for about almost a year now on Sephora's website. This is one of my favorite full coverage matte foundations that looks exactly like skin. I know that I can wear this pretty much all day and I won't have to touch up my face. One of those foundations I feel like is very dependable in my opinion. Anytime I've worn this, it's been extremely hot outside, and also this is perfect for days where you're going to be outside for like a long period of time. Like if I'm working 9-10 hours work day, I know for a fact this is going to hold up. I don't have to constantly keep blotting or keep checking the mirror. This foundation is on sale right now on Sephora's website for $22. I think it normally retails for about $44 or $45. Now they don't have a lot of shades. I believe there's about 10 or 11 shades. This is a foundation, like I said, it is full coverage. Also, this is very blurring. Like this will really make you look poreless. Also, this is one that smooths out texture on your face. I recently went to Puerto Rico and I wore this practically almost every day that I was there, and this held up perfectly. Super long lasting. Like I didn't worry about how I looked when I had this on. And also this does not transfer, so that's another plus. Definitely pick this up. Again, it is on sale. And if anybody is wondering, I have the shade 90 Neutral Dark, which is a perfect shade. Next matte foundation I want to mention comes from Givenchy. This is a Prism Skincare matte foundation. This was released earlier this year. This retails for about $49. They have over 30 shades. Also in this foundation, it has a lot of added skincare benefits. So if you are oily, acne prone, this will be perfect for you. Especially if you are extremely oily and you suffer from acne, I will highly recommend this one. Only thing I will say with this foundation that I have noticed, I feel like this looks better with the more hydrating primer versus wearing a matte primer underneath it. I recently tested this out where I put a hydrating primer on the left side and a matte primer on the right, and I can say at the end of the day, the side with the hydrating primer looked a lot better than the side with the matte primer. I have the shade N405. I recently felt like this wasn't a good shade match because I reviewed this, and when I watched my review back, I don't like how it looked on camera. To me, it looked very olive. But I recently wore this again and it didn't give me that olive look in person. So I don't know if it was just the way it looked on camera that I wasn't really crazy about the shade versus how it looked in person. I don't know. I'm going to wear this a couple more times to see what it is that I did not like about the shade before I go out and buy a different shade. What I initially planned to do was just get a different shade, but I don't know, y'all. So if you use me as a shade reference and we're typically the same shade and you have this foundation, let me know which shade do you have, because I don't know. It's just something about the way it looked on camera versus how it looked in person that kind of got me confused right now. I would highly recommend this foundation if you have oily, acne prone skin. I wore this on the day when I was at work for 12 hours. Again, the side with the hydrating primer looked a lot better, but overall this did hold up nicely, and this does transfer a little bit. This matte foundation comes from Chanel, and this is the All Day Comfort Flawless Matte Foundation. This is the reformulated version. I have the newer one and the older one. They're pretty much the same thing. You don't need to go out and pick this up if you already have the original. What I love about this foundation is that it is very lightweight, and when I say that this is matte, this is very like how this looks. It is super lightweight. I do feel like this slightly transfer a little bit, especially if you're wearing a mask, but outside of that, this really looks flawless. I feel like with this foundation and also with the Natasha Denona, I forgot to mention, both of these foundations will be perfect to wear if you were going to be outdoors. Let's just say for an example, like a wedding. it's hot, you taking pictures, but you want a full coverage foundation that's going to look flawless and hold up, these will be perfect to wear because both of these foundations look really good on camera, especially the Natasha Denona. Like, this looks flawless in pictures and also in video. I would highly recommend this one. I'm not sure the exact amount of shades they have in this foundation, and this does retail for about $60, I believe. Next matte foundation I want to mention, I reviewed this on my channel. This is a newer release foundation. My first review, I didn't really like it. I didn't like the shade I had, and I just didn't like the way it looked. Ended up going to Sephora, getting a brand new shade, trying it out with the more hydrating primer, and I actually liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. And this is a Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, the one that just came out, I believe like early spring. I recently wore this when it was like 95 degrees outside, and I made sure to use this with my Bobbi Brown hydrating primer. And when I say that this looks like skin, but it also held up. For some reason, this is described as a natural finish. To me, this is not a natural finish foundation. This is a very matte foundation, and if you wear it with a mattifying primer, you're going to get extra matte. I feel like this is one of those matte foundations that also look like skin. I feel like depending on how much of this you put on, this would give you the appearance of skin versus foundation. I know a while ago I watched Kay's Waves video, and I think she tried this out. I can't remember the shade she had, but when she put this on, it really looked like her skin. I don't even think I commented that in the comment section of her video, but I remember watching it saying like, oh my god, this really looks exactly like her. Again, this would be perfect if you wanted matte, but you also wanted a skin-like appearance. This foundation I want to mention that is matte, it is perfect for oily skin, and it holds up all day long. And for a while, this one was on sale on Sephora's website for a long time. I don't know if it's still on sale, but if it is, I would highly recommend y'all pick this up. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. I have the shade 4.30. This is the perfect shade match. This is a foundation that also looks like skin, but it holds up. I know for a fact you can wear this foundation all day and you will not have to worry about blotting. This does transfer a little bit, but it holds up. That's like the only negative I will say about this foundation, is that it does transfer. If you wear a mask, it's definitely getting on. This is a foundation that is very blurring. It smooths out texture on your face, but it also gives you that skin-like appearance. I don't think a lot of people like this foundation for whatever reason, but I absolutely love it. I feel like this is perfect for weather that is super hot, very humid. This is a go. Like, you have to pick this up, especially if it is on sale on Sephora's website. I would say hurry up and get this before it disappears. Oh, and I do have one honorable mention. This is the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot foundation. This is like one of my all-time favorite matte foundations. Unfortunately, this has been discontinued, but you still can find this at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and any discounted store that sells beauty products. Another one that is very matte. I would suggest using this with the more hydrating primer. This is a foundation that I really feel like you don't need to go in with a lot. If you really tried to build, first off, this is full coverage. You don't need to go in with a lot of this. But if you did, this would look very heavy and it would look very cakey. Also, this is a dual product. You can use this as a foundation and you can also use it as a concealer. I recently checked Sephora's website to see if they had it still listed. It is gone. So if you run across this at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, or any of those type of stores, I would highly suggest you pick it up if you want a really good matte foundation. Hey y'all, that is it. Those are my matte foundations that I would recommend. If you have oily skin, oily acne prone, or you just want a good matte foundation, especially with it being so hot lately. In the comment section, y'all let me know, have you tried any of these matte foundations, or let me know what are some of your favorite matte foundations. Leave that below in the comment section, and most importantly, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.